We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Nobody said the Stra'lit Communal Empires were evil. Or their expansions division, which is who you're currently dealing with. Expansion can mean a lot of things.
It just means they want Earth space cleared for an intergalactic highway. That's not evil, is it?
They might just be the part of the Empire that's in charge of very niche fetishes. We can't judge them yet.
Oh, look, Zach got muted. What a shame.
Judging.
I feel better.
After you got that expansion off your chest?
Yes.
Anyway, the only thing I will question there is I believe there was more than 2 of them that were shot at your ship. I believe you had multiples of these little probe things incoming.
There's a bunch.
Okay. I was probably just thinking of intercepting the first 2 shots and that actually made it to the ship because Ray and Unison were trying to block those shots.
Now that may be it. It may be that 2 of them had gotten past Ray and Unison because I know Ray had blown the part of the front off of one of them, and you'd seen some robots spill out.
Friendly robots that were really like skinny.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think Unison had damaged one or knocked one off course or something.
Yeah,
I believe the crash went pretty thoroughly.
we punched a hole in one and saw the little boarding party robot spilling out.
Mm-hmm. But no noticeable atmosphere, so you're pretty sure they're not pressurized.
I do have one question.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a reason we couldn't just warp away.
They're faster than us.
Okay.
Yeah, they were gaining y'all pretty quick. Yeah. And remember, the further you get into the galaxy, the more advanced the civilizations tend to be.
Right. And just for clarification, I'm assuming we are nowhere near an asteroid belt.
No, you were at the outside of their system. Well, actually, you were at the edge of the system. Or were you? No, you were at the edge of the space they considered theirs. But you hadn't actually entered it. But that didn't seem to stop them from wanting to kind of just take you into custody for questioning, that's all.
They wanted to make sure we're safe.
But do remember that they were speaking to you in English, but when they switched to their native language, your translators weren't translating it because they weren't familiar with it.
I think we somehow figured out that they had sent a probe to Earth before.
Yeah, Omniglot was able to figure out their language and work backwards from there.
Yep. So yeah, they had seemed a little alarmed that humans were suddenly on the opposite side of their empire after they had lost track of their probe. It's like, whoa. Okay.
Probably the same way we react if we find a roach in our house.
Well, it's more like, well, we sent this thing to go look at these people and it disappeared, and oh, now these people are surrounding us? What? Yeah, bring them in for questioning. So, alright, we will start up then. With 2 of them smacking into the ship. Let me see, where have I got stuff set up? Sorry, just a second. I got this map ready a couple of weeks ago, so I'm having to remember where I put everything. Alright, so yeah, two of these pod things sort of smack into the side. And Ray, where you're out in space, you look behind you, you see it go in, and I had described the front of them last time as having either 3 or 4 like prongs that the nose cone could open up into, because it was one of those that you had blown off. Those basically pierce the side of the ship, and then you can only imagine that they open up to hold it in place and to let the passengers out. The 2 of you own the ship. The ship alarms start going off. Someone on the bridge declares that there are 2 hull breaches have been detected, though you're not losing atmosphere apparently. Other than a brief little poof when it first happened, There doesn't seem to be an overall leak though. And he's assuming you've been boarded at this point. Let me go ahead and move y'all over to the ship. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw everybody out. Oh, if y'all, actually I've got the big long list. I can probably find y'all's characters faster than I can. So if you want to, just throw yourself on the map. The bridge of the ship is here. Oh, let me turn on the...
Okay, I'm sorry, Jason. I'm retarded. I don't know how to add my icon to the map.
Okay, look at your character, or where you can choose your character. Just grab him and drag him over to the map, and it should drop the token.
Well, that's what I thought.
And yeah,
There he goes.
It's not.
You have to grab the name, not the icon by it.
Yeah. You can grab the name and drop it.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Oh wait, I'm in space. Let me I gotta get myself off the map.
Well, you can be in the middle there. That's between the ship map part. So.
There we go.
Okay, I dropped Land Shark. Why can I not move him?
All right, let me check his settings. Well, it says controlled by Land Shark.
Well, no, don't. Let's not discount user error.
Come
on. Is that not him?
Yeah, it's him right here.
Maybe I lost him. There he is. Okay. Not only are my technical skills outdated, I am visually impaired.
All right, so you want to slide Land Shark? He was just leaving the. Oh wait, those guys should be further back here in this hallway. He was just leaving the bridge, and the bridge is over here.
Right there.
Right. So you were just leaving, so you'd be heading down south here, basically past all the escape pods. Any of the little stick people you see, or just random crew members, running about doing their thing.
Not to be confused with the stick robots.
Right. Oh, and let me throw out Omniglot. She's on the bridge. All right. I think we're ready to go. If everybody wants to go ahead and give me a coordination roll for your initiative.
I can do that.
We'll go ahead and just get that sorted.
Boop. A respectable 9.
Let me add a turn for everybody.
Good old-fashioned 7.
I matched your respectful 9.
Oh yeah, give me.
I match your 9 and see you a shark.
Okay, for some reason I've still got the doggies from a while back.
Hey, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
After the game, I don't think we have ever seen a map of our ship until now, unless I'm mistaken.
For this game, no.
You're right.
So, after the game, could we get you to post this in Discord? Just so that we've
sure.
got it handy?
Good idea.
Why do I have so many random folks still on this? The hunter was still on here? Hold on a second, I'm gonna have to remove all turns and start over because I don't know what it's doing. It was blank when I opened it, and then when I started popping y'all in, all these people from like previous sessions started popping on. It was just weird. Alright, then there's Ray. Then I need my utility player sheet or utility sheet. Alright, there we go. Alright, what did you have, Recluse?
9.
Unison,
7.
Land Shark,
9.
Ray. Excuse me. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was sneezing.
13.
13. Ooh, nice. Oh, I probably need to give the robots a turn.
Hard to figure out.
Yeah, they don't need to go.
Yeah, they kind of do. Alright. Ooh, they got a 10. Alright, top of the order is Independence Ray.
Okay. If I wanted to try to blast one of the still approaching pods, into another one, how, what would be my best bet? Basically, just blast one right into the other. Is that feasible? Given this current spread out of the pods.
Yeah, I can see you managing to because they're coming. Yeah, they're in a fairly tight formation because they're all aiming at the same ship, so they can't be too spread out because they're all being shot from the same ship towards another ship. Let's see. That would probably still be your coordination for shooting. Versus their handling. No, Adobe, I don't need you to advertise new features right now. I just need to use you.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Would you like to upgrade for even more features?
That will tell you about when you're in the middle of something. All right. So give me an attack roll, and I'm just gonna give them a +2 bonus.
Cool. All right. Light blast.
And they got a total of a 9.
Coming up. Oh. Okay. Just use the first number.
Yeah. You just roll twice on accident. That's fine. So 9, 10, 11. That's a major success.
Right.
So yeah, you zip around to one side. You kind of blast the nose cone, make it veer. Kind of to its right. Or I guess this is a ship. I guess I should go starboard. Is it starboard that's right?
I can never remember that. Let's say you're right.
But it plows into another one. You imagine the sounds of a car crash, but you're in space, so. And neither ship is destroyed, but they get tangled around and they're just both kind of spinning off in separate directions. You can see maneuvering jets firing, trying to get it under control. But they're not going to be able to straighten out and then catch up with your ship under their own power. You know.
Okay, very good.
They have a boost of speed being fired from their main ship. After that, they've just kind of got maneuvering thrusters. So that's a total of 6 that's been dealt with now. Two landed, 2 got taken out. And then these 2 have gotten kind of knocked aside.
Well, and for the record, rather than a car crash, I'm actually imagining a big boing sound.
You're lost out in space for months. You got to make your own amusement.
That's right.
All right, so that is the little pods outside clear. Now the main ship is still heading y'all's way. No, but it was further back. All right, then it's the robot's turn. So, like I said, the two boarding pods that you knocked aside, you know, they're maneuvering. They're trying to get back on the route they were on, but they're not going to have the speed to get to your ship. But as long as they're in line between the ships, their ship can pick them up as they come by. And that leaves the ones on the ship. Land Shark, looking down this hallway here, you see 2 of these robots just running full tilt towards the bridge.
Okay, I run to intercept.
Okay, well, it's their go first. It's their, you go after them. They kind of skid to a halt right quick when they see you. One of them kind of half takes cover and just notch in the hallway. One steps in this little door.
The door. That's interesting.
Yeah, you got some of the sleeping quarters here for the crew.
Right. Well, are our sleeping quarters there too?
Yeah, probably so.
I noticed how it looks like we all share rooms.
Well, you've got 2 back here. Well, that look like are singles, and you got these slightly bigger ones up here that are probably for like the captain and whoever. Probably the captain and the first mate on like a regular ship. Y'all can decide how y'all have the bedrooms divided out.
It just makes me giggle because that means someone has to bunk with me. So they're not attacking, they're evading me, basically.
Well, this one here takes a shot at you.
Okay.
This one here is shooting at this random crew member.
Don't shoot the crew member.
Look, they just got here. They don't know who's dangerous. I mean, sure, the big guy with the fin on his head, probably. Because he's big. And that fin on his head, it's not something a rational person wears. Alright,
comic book accessory ever.
Which, if I remember right, you said was the entire inspiration for Land Shark.
Well, I know he was going to be a land shark, and then I knew I hated head fins. I never read the old Guardians of the Galaxy because of Yondu. I thought he looked so freaking stupid. But I knew he was going to wear a fin, and that he was going to own it. That he was going to run with it. He was going to love it.
He wasn't just going to wear one. He's going to be proud to wear one.
I mean, the look works.
I'm
The
obviously
Rocketeer.
I'm going to dodge the thing. Yeah, it does look pretty good on the Rocketeer.
I guess it works a little bit better when it's part of a helmet.
Right.
All right. So coordination. Oh, rolled a 1. So a total of a 6 to hit you. You evaded with an 8, so that's not a problem.
Yep.
Rolls another 1, trying to hit the crew member.
Wow. Not looking too good for the robots.
No, crew member gets out of the way. You know, with a scream. Ah! Now it's Land Shark. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Well, that's all the robots you can see. You don't know what they're doing elsewhere in the ship.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what any others are doing.
So now it's Land Shark.
My turn? Okay. I'm assuming I can get close enough to punch the little robot or skinny robot.
Yeah, you could definitely get to the first one there.
Here, I'll move my. I don't really see the robots on the board. I'm just gonna move myself down here, just for whatever. And I am going to announce myself as Bruce, Agent of Shark, because I'm not letting that one go either.
All right, and their coordination is not terribly great.
I'm just
Or not coordination, prowess. Excuse me, prowess. I was looking at the right stat. I was just calling it the wrong thing. All right, you rolled a 9. He rolled an 8. So you land a good solid blow on him, and your strength is a 8 or a 9.
It's an 8.
All right. All right. He is not in good shape now. So yeah, that kind of skeletal chest piece kind of caves in a little bit. You warp the wall or the door frame kind of behind him. So whoever's bedroom this is probably not going to be able to shut the door tonight. But it is still standing.
That's of course assuming we don't all just end up prisoners anyway.
This is true. Recluse.
Recluse is just gonna hop up on the ceiling and scuttle as fast as he possibly can down the hallway towards the fighting.
All right. You can get up.
Should be able to.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I should be able to make it towards it in one turn, right?
You could at least get to Bruce in one turn, yeah.
Yeah. And am I able to see the one back here?
Yeah, so he's half ducked around the corner, but he's got his gun arm out.
Okay, so like, the weapons are integrated into the robots, or are they like carrying hand weapons?
Yes, the one arm ends with this cylindrical barrel-looking thing.
Cool. I'd like to web that up.
Okay. That is coordination. Let's see, this is their coordination without a bonus. They got a 6.
And I got a 12.
All right. Are you just webbing up the gun, or are you just webbing up the whole guy?
I'm gonna web up the whole guy. I've rolled so well.
Okay. So yeah, the webbing hits the blaster arm, kind of pushes up against his chest, and then you just sort of envelop and cocoon it. All right. Then on the bridge, Omniglot is tippity-toppiting away. Unison, let me move Unison out here. Unison's out in space.
Whoa there, cowboy.
What?
4 copies of Unison are out in space.
Oh.
I wasn't going to waste the time to put on a spacesuit. I'm going to send out 4 copies to spend their 6 seconds alive shooting things.
Oh, man.
It's fine. He's done worse to himself.
And at least he's just doing it to himself. Well, I actually don't know how much better that makes it, but... Have you given yourself any mental trauma doing that? No, I'm fine. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go operate on my own brain.
I'm the best at it. I trust
Can you
myself.
operate on mine?
Alright, so what's Omniglot doing?
She is, just, her fingers are just flying across her control panel.
Alright.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. She's mumbling to somebody as she's typing, and then also shouting orders in that sort of way that she carries on a multi-layered conversation on multiple topics. But she's like shouting to some of the IT, rest of the crew, the computer guys.
So some kind of cyber attack. Got it. Omniglot, do you have enough space for a conversation?
Rattling orders, trash talking whoever she's working against, and she tells you sure. And it's like the tone of voice she's using in each of these conversations is different.
Cool. Do these people get involved with the peacekeeping force that I cannot currently remember the name of? That we have an injured member of on our ship.
The peacekeepers keepers that you have is one of the Hawks. And I forget what the more technical phrase is.
I know they are from a distance away. Like a big distance.
They are from the small Magellanic Cloud.
Magellan.
Or Magellanic, however you're supposed to say that.
Yeah.
One of the two... It's the smaller of the 2 largest dwarf galaxies that orbit the Milky Way. So, she ain't from around here.
Yeah, it's these people would not even know.
Chances are very slim they'd have a clue who or what you were talking about.
Yeah, okay. So using her as a chip to slow them down wouldn't work. All right. Well, do your best to keep the ship moving. Then I'm gonna start blasting, and I'll move out into the room. Do I have a somewhat clear line of sight to fire on any of these bots?
You could see this guy.
I'll take a pot shot at that one.
All right.
And are there any pods outside that still need to be shot at?
No. You and Ray took out one apiece to start with. Ray's second attack basically knocked 2 of them off course, so they're no longer a threat. And the other 2 got past you and are the current borders.
Are the actual ships themselves close enough to fire at?
No, they did not hit on this deck. These guys
No,
must have
like-
come off of the first one and just, like I said, just run full speed towards the bridge.
No. I mean, like, are the ships following us in close enough range to fire at?
Well, there should
Like
only
the
be
ships
one.
that fire the probes.
Oh, the Vanquisher itself?
Yes.
It's probably not close enough for you to fire on yet. And you're not sure how much your blast would do to it. You know, this is the equivalent of like a carrier, not a carrier, but probably not a full size battleship. Probably what's the next size down from a battleship?
Cruiser? I got no idea.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you're talking about a good sized ship, but it's not like you got a Star Destroyer coming at you.
They'll hold to try to shoot at an engine when they get a chance,
Okay.
or a thruster when they get a chance. Rolled a 7 on the blast towards the bot inside.
Okay. It rolled a 9 to get out of the way.
Nah,
It basically just ducks behind Bruce. It puts Bruce between you and it. And then we are back up to Independence Ray.
All right, I will fly back and I don't know. I guess I'll just try to blast a hole through one of the pods and then just enter the ship that way.
Okay.
Also, just making sure that there's nothing else nasty in there. And then I will. Let's see. What would that place be then? I'll just I don't know, fly towards the sound of battle and start blasting.
All right. Let me mark where the. So basically, right here, if you can see that green circle I'm making.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
That's where one of the pods hit at.
Okay.
So that's the one you enter in through. I'll go ahead and move your guy in here. And yeah, you fly up. You see basically where there's like the door hatch thing on the side. You blast the hatch open.
And the
Air starts rushing out as you go in. Oh, I think we lost Mike.
Is that a bus?
Are you there, Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I see a bot before me, or is that a crew member?
You see both, because that is a bot, and that is a crew member.
Oh, okay, that's the bot. Okay. Well, I guess I'll blast away at the bot.
All right, he got a 9, but you got a 3. I mean, got 3. You beat him by 3. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how much damage does Ray do?
8.
And you beat him by 3. And that is Ray's got a blasting attack, not a shooting attack, if I recall.
Correct.
So there's a chance of a stun, or not stun, a slam. So roll the rank of your blast versus its strength. Minimum roll, it got a 7.
I thought I already had a roll set up. So, oh, well, I'll just do this manually. Got a 9. Still
So it goes flying back down the hallway. Hits the wall and kind of banks off and lands on the floor. So it is prone for the moment.
And also, I'll ask the crew member why they're still they haven't secured themselves. Is this like a security member or vital staff?
Oops, I forgot to give the
battle
crew.
time?
I forgot to give the crew a turn. Oops. So they'll just go last. when you flew out of the pod, the bot had it. You basically had a gun pulled on him, and the crew member was sitting there with his hands up, and the bot was talking, so maybe it was questioning him or something. And it's just one of the engineering crew.
Okay. Well, I'll tell them to secure themselves, or because I thought I recalled that we gave an order for non-security personnel to hunker down.
I believe you did.
Maybe they're attending to some to the hull damage or something.
Or they were off in one of the docking bays or storage things. And, this is just as far as he got before stuff went down. Who knows? You can quiz him afterwards if you want to. But right now he just kind of goes, "Yes, sir," and bolts for wherever he thinks is safest, which will not be down that hallway with the robot. Speaking of the robots, let's see. This one falls back. Oops, not quite that far. Falls back behind his buddy, takes a shot at Bruce. Ooh, with an 11 to hit.
Hold on, my computer's not. Oh, he got me.
Oh, he only beat you by 6. All right, he does 6 points of damage. How much defense does Landshark have?
He's got oh, I almost forgot his damage resistance. I think he's got damage resistance. I think it's 6.
All right, so he takes no damage because it equals 8. So he takes 0 damage. But since it's 0, he can still be slammed and stunned.
Massive.
Beg your pardon?
Yeah, since it's a massive success.
So first roll versus the slam.
What do I need to roll?
Strength.
My strength.
But it'll be strength for both of these rolls, actually. But all right,
Nice.
so he rolled a 7, you rolled an 11. You are not slammed. But now for the important one. Roll for the slam, or for the stun. Ooh, max roll. He got a 12.
I got an 11 again, but that's still stunned.
Yes, but let's see here. So you missed by 1. Let's see, a stunned on here. Stunning. So it's a moderate success. You are stunned for 1 panel, so 1 turn.
So I'm assuming it's like a laser blast of some kind.
Well, it's non-lethal, effectively.
Right.
So it's like rays. It's some kind of energy, but it falls under blasting, not shooting. So it's more of a force than it is like a cutting laser or a burning laser. But basically,
I'm not going to be spinning a panel worrying that he burned out my hair.
No. It's more like it caught you in the face and slammed your head back, and you're just sort of not unconscious, but just sort of clearing your head.
Right.
It's land shark. There's probably a little shark swimming around his head or something, tweeting. Why they're tweeting, I don't know. But
So let me get this right. He's got hair and a fin?
Yes. Don't ask me how he attaches the fin to his head.
Oh, that's right. I forgot his other thing. That's right.
I think he's probably got a metal plate and it's just a really strong magnet.
Don't rule that possibility out.
So yeah, so you're stunned for a round. No big deal. The webbed up one is going to try to escape. He has a strength of 6. And what is the strength of your webs?
It is a 7.
Oh, but you rolled max, so
Nice.
I don't think he can beat you even if he rolled max. Well, if it lets me roll. There we go. He did roll max, and he did not beat you. But you can see the cocoon is like stretching and bulging, and you know. Let's see. Trying to remember. Prone, I believe, takes your movement for the round. Or standing up from prone. So he stands up. This guy in the hallway that Ray just shot stands up from prone. But that's really all he can do. The way he bounced, he can't see anybody at the moment. Because basically, where you can see the crew, various crew members up through this section, they've basically locked down these doors. But there are 2 robots around the corner here. One comes down the hallway shooting at Ray. And gets a 7. Okay, I saw your lips moving there, Mike, but I couldn't hear you.
Sorry, I was on mute because I'm munching chips. I just had to reopen my character sheet. Dodging. Oh, I think I need a new job. I'm assuming I cannot use my aerial combat for defense since I'm not really.
Aerial combat is mostly for defense. I think that's all it applies to.
Yeah, but I figure in the confines of the ship, I'm not going to be able to fly around enough to.
That's fair. That's fair.
So let me again. I'll just type this in manually until D6 plus 5. It's 5, right? Yes. No.
Right. 7 is the number to beat.
5. And I did.
All right, so he's fine. This one rounds the corner. That hallway does not line up with the roll 20 very well. All right. His action is basically gonna be to continue to take some more move. So he spends the round just running up on you. The guy here on the inside, he's doing whatever he does. Y'all can't see him.
Something not good, I'm sure.
And that's true for anybody else elsewhere in the ship. So
What is that room anyway? I see a label that says galley. Is that just the dining area?
yes.
Okay.
All right. Land shark. Oh, this is the round that you're stunned.
I'm counting sharks, swimming around my head.
So recluse.
Gonna skitter along the ceiling, just pass by land shark, say, "Get yourself together, buddy." And I'm gonna drop down right in front of the unwebbed one.
The one whose chest is partially crushed in.
Yep. And I would like to use my multi-attack for extra effort to hit.
Okay, so this is extra effort to land the blow.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Because I probably don't need extra damage to make strength, and he's already hurt.
He got a 7 on his prowess. You got a 13.
Bug foo.
Well, it'd be a 13. Is that with the +2 for your?
Yes.
Yeah, because
So it'd
the multi-action is basically you helping yourself, kind of,
Yeah.
mechanically. Either way, it's gonna be a massive success with or without it. How much damage do you do?
I do 8 points of damage.
Recluse is mighty. So he goes flying back, smashes through the door into the bathroom. We'll say it's the ladies' room. And he lands on the floor in multiple pieces.
I turn to the webbed up one. You know, I'm friends with a space robot. We could be friends. Could just stop this right now, or he could be like that guy. Just saying.
I was trying to remember the other day if Launch had let y'all know she was a space robot.
We figured, yeah, we kind of pieced together. Hey, she pieced together. She's probably a robot, and then she came clean.
Okay. There was that whole thing with El Flamenco.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, it's a shame I didn't record the sound for that session.
Oh God, that's right.
Yep.
Ah. Goddamn season 1.
There was all kinds of issues. It's a lot of fun, but man, there were some issues season 1.
Mm-hmm. Right off the bat.
Alright, so that was Recluse. Alright, Polyglot does what Polyglot does. U.S.S.
What does Omniglot do?
Stuff on the computer.
I still laugh at that.
Oh, did I call her Polyglot?
Yeah.
Okay. I had done so well last session, too.
Oh, trudge myself further up this hallway. Can I see that bot at the corner?
Yeah, he's webbed up. He's in a cocoon, but he is struggling to get out. Oh, did I roll for him trying to get out? Yeah, I did. Never carry on.
No. I'll
Those
shoot
numerical
him
bots.
anyway.
Mercy is for the weak.
12.
He still gets to take his reactions. So he still gets to try to dodge it, but I think it's only reasonable that I give him a -2 on it. So you beat him by 7. He got a 5. You got a 12.
So, is it push and then stun?
That is correct.
All right. So 7 on the push, 7 on the stun. Wow, did not matter. I have rolled 4 dice and 3 of them have been 1s.
I've had nights like that. All right, his strength is a 6. So yeah, no pushes, none of that jazz.
Nope, just 6 flat damage.
All right. All right. Oh wait, I recorded that wrong. I put the damage to how much health he had left. All right, there we go. All right, he's still moving. You've definitely damaged it. Your duplicates outside, man, they would really like to take a breath. You don't really know why they need to. Maybe it's a psychological thing on your part. But they're definitely feeling the need to.
We know what we signed up for.
Yeah, but did they sign up for it, or did the original sign up for it and then pop them out?
We're mentally linked.
Yeah,
We all have the same thoughts.
it's one brain. It's like a computer. It's like you go to the office and you got the computer. You've got the one network. You just have the different workstations tied into it.
It's like a marginally less fucked up version of the Prestige.
This guy does not know where to go because blasts are coming from over here. He'll drop back down to this hallway just because he doesn't see anybody. This guy is booking it back up into the bridge. And people in the other parts of the ship are doing whatever they do. Y'all haven't gotten to those parts yet, so it doesn't matter. Independence Ray!
Alright, I will take a shot at the bot that's before me.
Okay. This is... You got a 10, you got a 13. You do 6 points of damage?
8.
8. That's right.
That doesn't take it out, does it? If I recall correctly from Land Sharks of Death.
No, it does not. He looks pretty badly damaged. He's still there. You did, however, beat him by 3. So there is a chance for a knockback. So give me the rank of your blast as a roll. And he will roll his strength. Ooh, he only got a 7. Alright, so the one charging you goes flying back down the hallway. Hits the ground and kind of skids to the feet of the one that was already back there shooting. Is that all you want to do, or are you going to move anywhere?
Oh, I probably would keep going down to make sure there aren't any other bots. Oh, are there 3 bots there or 2?
You have only seen 2 down this hallway.
Okay.
I mean, there's one in the room that you can see on the map, but you haven't actually seen him yet. And then there's the one up here in this little hallway.
Okay, would I have been able to blast one into the other? Like I did up.
I'll let you do it with the ships, but normally that'd be multiple attacks. But you weren't really damaging the ship so much as you were just trying to knock them out of the way.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, you can move Ray if you want to.
Okay. Yeah, I'd. I think I'd actually just stay there until, and then when I clear up those other 2, that's when I'll check the deploy.
Okay. Then it's their turn. So the one here stands up because you knocked him prone. So that's his movement, and then he fires on you. It is an 8 to dodge. Oh, and you got a 9, so you dodged. Making sure the door was out there. This other one comes up behind his buddy and kind of gets half in the door. And he's going to try to give himself a condition that he is under cover. Or that he has cover. Which I will let that be a coordination roll. Yes, I think 5 is a reasonable difficulty for that.
I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
No problem. All right, so he needed the difficulty was a 6. He just did get a 6. So he created the has cover quality, but not to where he could tap it for free. So he's got it, he can use it, but I'd have to give you a hero point or a determination point every time he does. The one in the hallway above you here, he drops down, takes a shot at you. There's a 9 to hit, and an 8 to dodge, so he hits you for 6 points of damage.
Oh.
Does Ray have any damage reduction?
No, that's not his thing.
Avoidance is his thing.
Yep.
And Landshark.
Has the battle moved on from where I'm at while I was stunned? Is there anyone left in the hallway?
The only one left in the hallway is this guy right here, who is basically cocooned up in one of Recluse's webs, but you can see that he's struggling against it.
Okay, and I also saw one go into a door. I'm going to... I think I'm going to take out the guy that's cocoon. That makes me kind of harsh, but...
Yeah, it's a robot, so it's not like you're, abusing a person.
I don't want him busting out and causing trouble while we're dealing with the rest.
Alright, so you just walk down to where Recluse is at.
Yeah, just boom.
Alright, give me a prowess.
Not a good roll.
You need a 10.
Ooh.
How did I miss a guy that's webbed up? Jeez.
You couldn't tell where what part was him and what part was just webbing. So when you go to punch him, you just catch empty webbing and, press it up against the wall. You basically walk and punch the wall.
Ew.
It is kind of sticky. Recluse.
I am going to high kick the robot in the head.
All right.
I did not mean to roll twice for that, but
yeah. All right, you beat it by 8.
and that's 8 damage.
So you jump up and you kick him in the head, and his head pops off, bounces off the ceiling, and lands back in the webbing.
That's when we learned they're not robots.
Blood sprays everywhere. No, they are very obviously robots. Though their insides kind of resemble the androids in Alien and Aliens. So you've got kind of that white gunk spraying everywhere. But it's very obviously like artificial insides.
Recluse is just gonna patch that over with a little bit more webbing. And if I'm still able to move, I'm gonna head down to the elevator to get where Ray is.
All right. Oh, let me make a quick roll for old Omniglot there. And 1 for her opponent. All right. Let's see, who is... Everybody in the hallway here, so basically everybody except Ray. Give me an awareness roll.
Sure.
Need to beat an 8.
Doable.
I rolled a 1 and got a 9.
Woo!
Yeah, Recluse is occupied. What about Land Shark?
Am I in that hallway? Do I get to roll?
Yes.
Yes.
This
I
is
thought
awareness.
I thought I was on a different floor. Sorry.
Not yet. You were about to head that way. All right. So only Unison notices or hears Omniglot. She's still rattling off multiple orders to multiple different people. But in between that, it's punctuated with kind of a darn it. They're into the medical records. And then she's directing somebody on how to help keep them out of the engineering stuff. So it sounds like they're having success keeping them out of some parts of the ship systems, but not the entire ship systems. And Unison.
Ugh. Is the upper deck where we need to head?
I'm trying to think which one is the...
Well, I guess it's the only place to head to.
Well, y'all are on the upper deck. Ray is down on the main deck. And you've got, I guess it's the lower decks that have the a lot of the engineering, the shuttle bays, and all that.
Oh, okay. I see where we come out at. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird that says to upper deck when that's the upper deck's what you're on.
So on the far right side is upper deck forward, on the far left is upper deck.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I must have had to cut the map in half to get it to fit. Good. Because I set this map up. We used this ship map once back in the sci-fi game. Or the Blood and Stars. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only direction ahead, so...
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just dash off this direction.
Yep. I let myself get thoroughly confused on how this map was laid out. Come to think of it, though, I don't think I cut this one up. I think that's just how the map came. Because this guy does all his maps where he can fit them on like a laminated poster. All right, how fast can you fly?
Five. Fast helicopter.
Good to know. So yeah, you're zipping down the hallway at a pretty good clip then. We'll go ahead and move you over here. Since that is not the lower deck that I thought it was, but just the back end of the upper deck. Or main deck. Yeah, upper deck. Alright. Then we go to the crew. Let's see, the crew down here. These guys have got themselves locked in.
Oh, hey, there's a little guy there.
To upper deck forward. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. You're right here. Because that's upper deck forward. That's right, because this engineering section, this is a walkway across the top of the engineering, and then these guys are down on the floor, which is the next deck down, because they've got the Star Trek style. There's gaps in the floor of the engineering section. So yeah, when you get down there, you can see, or when you get through that door, you see this guy, which is one of the robots. Luckily, they've already had their turn for this turn.
Am I able to crack a shot, or is just the flight it?
The flight's it. 'Cause you went a good distance. You know, the flight and getting the doors open, rather than smacking into them. All right, so everybody else is pretty well locked down except this guy, and he's just kind of standing right where he's at because he knows there's baddies up here. He knows there's baddies down there. Oh wait, there's a door down here. Never mind. He will run for that door, so he'll get yay far. Okay. He's just trying to stay out of the fight. Independence Ray. And remember, right here there are two guys right here. One of them is just standing in the hallway, and then one of them's ducked, half in the door. But
so here's one. I'd like to power stunt my my light control power to get multiple attacks.
Okay.
And to do that, I'd like to invoke the trouble of a -2 penalty. Just figuring that taking multiple shots is naturally tougher.
Okay.
And could I do that to get all three of the bots within my line of sight, or would I have to pick given that one's behind me and two are in front of me? Is that?
Well, you're power stunning for multiple attacks, not like area, not one single area effect, but actual separate shots. So you be power stunning this off your light ability.
Yeah, and
so that'd be multiple attacks at an 8. What is your attack roll when you're rolling? What's your coordination?
Coordination plus my 3 adds and power light control would be a 8.
At a what?
8.
8. Okay. All right. So 8. And the actual power rank is 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would give you. Hang on, let me look up multiple attack because we
don't do that too often.
We haven't had to calculate it too often. I know Recluse has it, but we pretty much got his down. Is it called multiple attack or quick attack? What's it?
I think it's with attack.
Oh, is it the power fast attack?
Fast attack. That's the one. Fast. That was the word.
Oh, okay. That's how you. Okay, that's how.
All right.
No. With the fast attack goes, I'm not sure if I can pull this off. I
Yeah.
might be spreading myself too thinly.
Use your extra attack. Eight levels, so divided by. Yeah, because fast attack would only give you one additional attack, basically. But it would give it to you at the full rank. Yeah, we're just gonna do what you wanted to do.
Okay.
So you'll have you
So,
just take all 3 attacks and be at a -2 for each one of them.
okay. So let me enter that in manually. My roll, is it 1 roll for all 3 or one roll?
Go ahead and give me separate rolls. They're just all at -2.
Okay. So I'm just gonna
And we'll start with the guy up north here and then work our way down.
8. Well, we'll make it +6 because that would be the cumulative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so that's a 9. He got a 10 with his coordination, so the guy up here gets out of the way.
Another 9.
That's a 7, so the first guy down here gets hit.
Okay.
Uh,
And number 3. Another 9.
Yeah, he won't bother with the... No, well, he probably should have bothered with it. Alright, so the one just standing in the hallway that was already damaged, you take him just out.
Cool.
And then you damage the other one. The one that was kind of trying to take cover in the doorway. He was leaning out to take a shot when you caught him, so...
Got it.
So he's badly damaged, but he still functions. And then it's their go. And the 2 bots are going to work together. So one of them is like firing to distract you while the other one takes his time to take the shot.
Mm.
So let's see, he usually rolls a 5, so he's got a 7 to hit you now. Well, a +7, I should say. So a total of a 10, Ray.
One more hit will take me down. Oh.
But you got out of the way.
Yeah. Barely.
And then we've got Land Shark.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to try to. I don't think he'd still keep trying to be strategic and take out the webbed guy, or worry about the one that disappeared behind the door that I saw when I first ran down the hallway. I'm going to run where the action is.
All right. Well, Recluse just kicked this one's head off right next to you. And as you run by the women's room, you glance into the smashed door and you see that one's laying in pieces inside. So the 2 you saw in this hallway are taken care of.
Excellent.
All right, so you're running south, or as the map goes anyway. So you're basically running up behind Unison. So we jump over to this part of the map, if you can see where I'm pinging.
So I guess that's what you meant when you said that he cut the map in half. This part here goes down, and then we start coming back up this way. That's all one level.
Right. Where this little section here is the upper level. So like if you jump down to the engineering where these guys are, then you're on the same level as all this. Like it makes sense as a ship layout. It just he placed it oddly to make it fit on, because he sells poster prints of these maps, so he had to do that to make it all fit on the base, on the standard poster size.
And then the other part's the lower level.
Right. And like on the side you're on, if you run up through there, then you wind up on this middle section.
Okay, well then I'm not gonna miss out on the fun. I'm going after the the others, and it'll take me a turn, I'm sure, to get there.
Yeah, it took your entire turn, but you caught up with where Unison is. So you can see this robot in front of y'all, but it was your entire turn getting here. And then Recluse.
Alright, I'm gonna... Would I be able to go ahead and get to where Ray is, or do I have to pass through where Unison and Landshark are first?
Alright. Let me read the... Yes, you gotta go through where they're at. Which is weird. You would think there would be at least one more spot where they'd have an elevator or something.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah. I may switch to a different ship map after this. We may just retcon which ship y'all were on, or what the layout of your ship was.
So yeah, I'll head down there.
All right. Yeah, you want to slide your token over to... All right. So you see the same robot they all see. That poor robot thinks they're not going to go well for him next turn. I just know it. Alright, everybody's far enough away that they can't hear Omniglot. Alright, so that's the difficulty. They're tying this round. I thought Unison had already gone this round. No, he must have flown down there last round. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, I forgot to have this robot do anything when the ones fighting Ray did their thing, didn't I? Well, in that case, I guess it hasn't noticed you. Go, Unison.
Well, I'm gonna shoot it in the back of the head.
All right.
I'm in no mood for these things.
Yeah. Fuck 'em.
They're not people.
I have rolled so many ones.
Good God.
3 damage because it's a tie.
Yep.
And I'm going to get out of the way for Landshark to run forward.
Alright, and everybody in the crew is currently safe. This guy... this guy here runs... And let's see, that would put him here. And then we're back at the top of the order with Independence Ray.
Go, Ray, go.
I'm gonna try to attack one more time.
Okay.
With the on either side.
All right. Now this is you power stunning again.
Yes,
So you're still doing the trouble for the -2. Okay.
that's right. Which might be a mistake given that first roll.
It was. Well, I don't know if it was a mistake. It missed. But...
Oh goodness! I wrote the same thing.
Oh, but I also rolled a 1.
Oh hey.
It's the
was
battle of the
damage.
losers. Who will suck the most? All right. So you rolled a 1 and got a total of 7. I rolled a 1 and got a total of 5. So yeah, this guy has 2 stamina left. So yeah, you just blow him away. Just pieces of scrap scattered across the floor. Your engineering guys will probably love tinkering with this stuff on the rest of the voyage. Assuming you don't get shot out of space.
Yeah, we still got that main ship to worry about.
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, it is. It's absolutely fine. It is in tip-top shape. And gaining on you by the minute. Alright. So that's Ray. Then it's the robots. This one here. Is going to take a shot at Ray and then find him some cover. So that is 10 to hit you, Ray. You got a 9, so that hits.
Yeah, that should take me down.
Okay. So that knocks you unconscious.
Yep.
Okay. Land shark?
Can I go after the one that got Ray?
Alright, so the quickest way you can get to Ray is to run past that guy to get down here. You jump off the walkway, which lands you on the floor here. And then you've got to run up through this hallway, which brings you down here. Did you keep up with all of that? Because I almost got lost.
Did I even see Ray get shot?
No.
Okay.
Unless you've got comms open and are listening. And even then, you'd really only have heard, well, you might have heard a and then after a blast.
Okay. Then I'm going after the one that's closest to me.
Okay.
If I know Ray's in immediate danger, I'm going to go protect him because I think that's the reason we're being attacked anyway. Everything's about his little space buddy. So I'm just going to punch the one that I can see.
Land shark sounds jealous. It's all about Ray. What about sharks? Nobody cares about rays. They like sharks.
It would be about sharks if these aliens knew about sharks.
They need someone to preach them the word of sharks. Preach them the gospel of Shark Week. Okay, you got an 8, he got a 5, so you definitely hit him.
8.
Alright, that leaves him in bad shape. Oh, had this guy been hurt already? Oh, that's right. Taylor blasted him in the head, didn't he? So 8 takes him out. Because he only had 7 left.
Ooh.
Given that you beat him by 3, he probably goes flying, smacks into this door. The door opens, but he just crashes to the ground in front of it. His torso bending in a direction that's not really made to bend. You're to Colonel Loose.
So we know they're going after the medical records, right? Or Omniglot said they were accessing the medical.
That they had got into the medical records, yes.
I can't pull this map. I'm sorry. Quickest way to here.
Alright, to where? Oh, to the medical.
Yeah.
You would need to jump. Alright, so you'd run down to this walkway. Jump off the walkway here, which actually lands you on the floor up here. And then it's just walking through the hallways to the medical records, to the medical area.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, like I said, I will find us an easier to read map for the next time that we do something in this ship.
And I'll patch into the rest of the team what I'm doing.
Okay. So let's see, running through, dropping down. Let me go ahead and move those two regular dudes because they're actually on the lower floor. So yeah, so you drop down next to them. They're like, ah! We heard the fighting up there. Is everything clear?
It's getting that way. Just stay hunkered down for a little bit, all right?
You get a thumbs up.
None of them are hurt.
No, these guys locked down as soon as they were given the order.
Awesome.
They just locked down in engineering because if there's going to be a fight, you probably want somebody in engineering.
Yeah.
And then these two guys up here is, that's medical staff. Or, excuse me, one of them is medical staff. The other one is probably Star laid on one of the beds. Because the recovery wards are up here. But that's where you put the stable people that can kind of move around on their own a little bit. Alright, so Omniglot. Okay. And Unison.
It is time to fly around.
So, Fallen Recluse, I assume?
Sounds good.
Alright, so you fly down here, you drop down to the lower level. As fast as you fly, I'd say you'd probably get into the medical, into the actual medical bay. So you can see Star still laying over there on her, on the bed they've had her on. Still in her full armor because nobody knows how to take it off. The door here is locked. The doc probably locked himself down as soon as everything went haywire. Or alarm started going off and stuff. Alright, that's going to be a full move for that action. This guy runs over, starts keying in on that door to get it open to let him in. Everybody else just stays hunkered. Uh-oh, did we lose Curtis?
Sorry, I didn't mean to turn my video off. I'm trying to move the map where I can find my icon, and I'm not having luck moving left to right.
Right. Currently, you are right here. Alright, but start of the order. So Independence Ray, he just got knocked out. But you have not taken a recovery so far.
No, I haven't. And I don't know if you saw my message, but is there any possibility that the Fates of Bjorn might be taking over?
Alright, now I got half a dozen things open. Why do I not? Ah, there would be. Yeah, I had Discord covered up with some other stuff, so I missed it, but.
Oh, okay.
I do kind of like that idea.
Yeah, I'd happily take some trouble to let the Spjord back at the driver's seat wheel.
So go ahead and take that recovery.
Okay. That's that really brings me up to wait, is it the lower or the higher between?
It is the higher of your strength or your willpower.
Oh, good. That brings me back up to 5.
So nobody's there to witness it except the robot. I'm still gonna let you roll, but basically Ray's body just flares up bright. He floats up into the air, lights pouring out of his eyes. And I believe you described Ray mostly using his hands to direct his energy blasts.
Typically, yes.
This time it floats up, or Ray floats up. He's just sort of hovering there in the air. The head rotates and looks, and just erupting out just that side of the body, a finger-thin ray of light flashes out at the thing. Go ahead and give me an attack roll like normal.
Oh, hello.
9, so 10, 11, 12, 13. So you beat it by 5, or the Spiorid beat it by 5. So that's 8 points of damage, which is enough to take it out. But basically, like I said, finger-thin light just sort of slices across it, and it falls in 2, cleanly cut pieces. There's scarring on the wall behind it. Which I think was actually... Was that some of the weapon lockers? Some kind of locker, some kind of storage area.
It almost sounds like that's no longer a blasting attack.
Oh, no. When Ray attacks, it's still a blasting attack.
Okay.
Some people may just be less, kind than Ray when they attack.
Okay.
And, where would it want to go?
Away from the ship? Back to its buddies?
Who knows? But it does drift over, and back out, it drifts back over and up into the boarding pod that you used to enter your ship. So yes, you are back out into space. Then it's the robot's turn. The one in here in the gallery that's doing whatever it's doing knows his buddies got wiped out, but it's just doing what it's doing.
You're hungry.
Can't believe these guys have a buffet. I don't even need food.
Stay away
It's
from
just
my
so convenient.
cookies.
Are they shark-shaped?
If only.
Alright, so this one, who hasn't been doing anything, rounds the corner and sees this civilian. Or not civilian, but crew member. And basically orders him to keep opening that door. This one was guarding their exit, but crap is going bad for the they keep having other units blip out of existence. So he travels. He'll get this far. Is that all the ones left on the ship? I mean, I didn't expect these guys to be super tough, but. All right. All right, so Land Shark, your go.
Was there, how many were left? Just the...
Your character doesn't know. Out of character,
Okay.
there's one about to enter the medical bay with this crew member. There's one coming from this side that's trying to catch up with that one.
Which ones do I see?
You don't see anybody. You just know where Recluse and Unison were headed.
Okay, I'm gonna head that direction.
All right. Then you can run down, run down to this walkway, jump off the side, which lands you in engineering over here, which is where Recluse is. You can see Unison has walked up into the medical area, and there's 2 engineers here.
Okay. That is what I shall do.
All right.
I'm on the hunt for evil robots.
Put you on this order. Okay. Recluse, you're up.
Bruce, your head okay?
I'm good.
Alright, fantastic. And I'm just gonna bolt down the hallway. Do we see... Like, are these doors transparent? Or, like, do they have viewing windows? So I can see the crew member being held at gunpoint?
Oh, that's an interesting idea. I hadn't thought about how the doors would actually be laid out. Even or odd?
Let's go with even.
I rolled a 7. Nope.
And this door is or isn't locked. I know this one is, but is this one?
It's not locked so much as it is just shut. Where normally it's Star Trek style doors, they just whisk open as you step up to them. Because of course, a human designed ship, we design it like that just because of the ship.
Yeah.
So you have to reach over and you have to punch in like 3 or 4 numbers on a keypad is all.
Yeah, I'll punch that in.
Okay, so yeah, you can walk into this area without any issue. That's not slowing you down enough to count for anything.
Yeah.
Where the door here for the entire department is probably actually locked. I mean, you're a high-ranking member of the crew. You would have a code to open it anyway. Then we go to Omniglot. Unison, Omniglot comes over your radio. Well, actually, all of you, she comes over your radios. Hey, they seem really... They got into our medical records a little bit, and they seem really interested in our patient down there.
Oh.
I'll call back over the comms. Recluse, Unison, and I are down there by her. She got some extra security.
Cool. Bruce, where are you at?
I'm not with them, am I? I'm behind them.
Yeah, but just a little bit. Like you're looking at Unison's back,
Yeah, it's like I'm right behind them.
Excellent. Ray, where are you at?
Ray?
I'm out in space, aren't I?
You are, but Ray isn't really aware of it. Ray isn't here right now.
Ray can't talk. Ray's not here right now.
I don't know. That's a big question.
Ray, what you're feeling right now, Ray?
Oh yes.
Have you ever been, like I'm thinking back to high school, where you're good in a sleep and your mom or dad is like leaning in the door. Hey, it's time to wake up. And you just kind of hear a voice off in the distance. It's like you can't quite glom on for a second. You can't quite glom on to what they're saying or who it is. It's just kind of a slight voice. That's kind of where Ray's at the moment.
Do any of my copies in space see Ray?
Give me an awareness roll.
14.
Woo! Ones and sixes.
Yep, 1s and 6s.
Ray's in space right now, bad condition. I'll send a copy over to heal him.
Yeah, his spacesuit does look a little scarred up. But you know, he's glowing really bright. Maybe that's healthy. But he's not like posing. You know, not posing, but you know, his usual the usual stance he takes when he's flying. Yeah, it's not really that. His hands are just straight at his side. His chest is a little bowed out, and he's just kind of drifting forward. Towards the oncoming ship.
Oh, that's not going to be fun.
Well, that's just kind of the way the pod was pointing at him. You have that second of thinking, well, maybe he's just coming back out to help, and you're like, he don't look right. Boy, it'd be nice if I could take a breath of air. That's pretty much always a thought when you're focused on one of your copies at the moment. You don't figure the copies have a whole lot of time left. But it is your turn.
I'm gonna have a copy fly over and heal Ray.
All right. How much health does that give back?
6 points.
Okay.
Or up to double their maximum health if their maximum health is below that.
Gotcha. So you dump 6 into him, obviously stopping it once he hits his max.
Thank you.
That doesn't seem to change the oddity of his condition, though. His face has got kind of a blank expression on it at the moment. The eyes are glowing more brightly than you're used to. And the head turns slightly to like focus on your copy when it runs up, but it doesn't do anything to the copy. You know, it just kind of turns and looks. You heal him, and it turns and looks. Just kind of back out, towards the ship, I guess.
Well, he's currently doing light alien things. Great. Back in the mainland, Unison will walk out, open this door, and shoot a robot.
All right.
Well, we'll open this door and begin looking to see if there's a robot.
So you walk up to open the door. You know, bloop, 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 bloop. The door opens. You see this crewman. You know, Hand was working the pad. He was obviously putting in the code as well. And yeah, you can see a panicked look on his face. And the droid gun arm pointing at him from the side.
Can I just grab and pull him quickly through the room? Kind of sort of in like, not interpose, but like put it where I would be shot rather than him as I pull him in the room.
So it's like you step half out of the door, grab him, and kind of pull him behind, you know, with yourself between him and the robot back into the room.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
I've got an above average human strength.
Yeah, and dude is not going to be resisting you. So give me a prowess roll for that.
Hey, it wasn't a 1 or a 6.
And I'm going to give a prowess roll for the droid.
We both got 10s.
Yes, I noticed. What would a marginal success look like here? I'm going to say that he gets a shot off because he was kind of, holding it on the guy. If the guy did anything funny, he was going to shoot. But I'm going to say it only does 3 points of damage. It grazes him. Or, if you prefer, it can graze you.
I'll let it graze me and.
All right. So that's 3 points of
off my
damage.
shield.
That's just gonna lower your shield a bit, or your carapace, or whatever it is.
Yep.
And then I will basically move this guy to the opposite side of you because you got him. You have drug him into the bay. And then it's civilians go. He runs down here. He sees Land Shark. He just runs down into the engineering section. Land Shark, he looks at you. There's a robot back there. I think I heard another one coming down the hallway.
On it. Because, space sharks are robot fighters.
Natural enemies. Natural enemies. I wouldn't say any of your crew are really out of shape, but this guy clearly has not been through any kind of basic training in a long time. He sounds winded.
That's space
That's fair enough. We were selected for fighting, not them.
Well, Space Force mostly comes out of the Air Force. The Air Force, from what I hear, has some of the lightest, basic training. Though I hear that from Marines that I know, so take it with a grain of salt. Though the one Air Force guy I know also calls it Chair Force, so who knows. Anyway. Where were we? We were with Ray out in space. Ray, give me a wheel roll.
Pretty woeful. Oh, not woeful enough.
It's like you heard somebody calling your name, but then they stop, so you start drifting back off to sleep.
I probably noticed that familiar tingling sensation whenever Unison heals me.
Yeah, but that's kind of relaxing. It's like, ah. There's
Like,
just this little itch in the back of your head, like there was something going on. There's something you should be worrying about. But you're just so calm and relaxed right now, and like I said, it's like you're in that stage where you're drifting and just in and out of sleep just a little bit. And then it's the robots. This one steps forward, shoots Unison, or tries to.
Did you know he shoots me?
He tries to.
Oh no.
With an 11.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, the 8. He hits me.
Could I interpose?
Yes, I believe you could.
All right.
Oh,
yeah. I'll go and take that hit for him. I have to roll coordination, correct?
I believe so. Or wait, the coordination. Yeah, it's probably coordination. Let me look. We haven't done the interpose.
Not in a while.
Baseline. Nope, that's not the right one. Blocking, attacking, defending, grabbing, escaping, maneuvering, rushing, searching, throwing, wrestling, interposing. Alright, so you're giving up your next action to do this. Even if it's not your panel, so yeah. You then become the target of the attack. Okay, so there's no roll for you to do this.
Okay.
You just give up your next action, and then you are the target. The attacker has a +2 to hit you, but you get to roll your defense like normal.
Awesome. All right, and
So he rolled an 11. So with the +2, it would be a 13.
I got a 12, so that's still a hit.
All right, so you take 6 points of damage.
All right.
And we will just scoot Unison back and put a recluse in the front there.
So just sort of picture it as just reaching out, grabbing Unison, and just pulling him back and taking the shots right to the back, right
Boink.
on back.
The other robot runs up to here, but that's his full action. Then we go to Landshark.
Okay, I am going to pursue, like the crewman pointed the direction to the robot, and I'm going after the robot.
All right, well, there's one straight ahead of you. You just
Can
got
I reach him and attack?
Yeah. I'd say you could run forward and basically dive over Unison Recluse's head.
Okay. Ow. Not a great hit.
Well, their prowess isn't great either, but they did roll better than a 7. So you rolled a 7.
So I make a dramatic leap and just crash into the ground.
Yep. He takes a step back, and you just sort of belly flop where he was standing. Maybe skid forward a little bit.
That's embarrassing.
But it would have been so cool if you'd pulled it off.
Would have.
Alright, then it's Recluse, but you gave up your turn for the Interpose. Let me roll for Omniglot and her opponent right quick. Ooh, he got the upper hand that time. And Unison.
So, I'm sure Ray's fine. I'll take a step to the left and just shoot at the bot diagonal of me.
Okay, no problem. Landshark's laying on his stomach, so it's not really an issue as far as hitting him. So he got a 9. So that's a major
Got
success.
a 12.
How much damage do you do?
6.
Alright. Yeah, then we gotta roll the
12 on the
knockback.
push.
And a 7 on the push. So he slams against the wall, just right behind him, slides a little bit to one side, and falls prone.
I appreciate you taking the hit for me, Recluse, but I've still got an amount in the tank.
Not a problem, but yeah, I don't really know how much that amount is. Words.
Alright. Alright, Unison. The vacuum has become too much of an issue for your clones outside.
They've started popping.
They start popping. Probably not with that sound effect because, space, but...
The decompression of bodies. A horrible, horrible feeling.
Face, no one can hear you.
Alright, the crew aren't doing anything this round. So, top of the order with Ray. Give me another will check as the Spiorid sees Unisons popping out of existence.
Got another strong roll.
Alright. Hang on, I had to check with Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, but I rolled a 1.
Wait,
So a total of a 7.
I rolled a 6.
Suddenly, you're It's almost for a second it's almost like you feel two people are being alarmed, and then you're just aware. You're in space. You're staring at the oncoming ship, and you know you just saw Unison pop. But it's like you don't necessarily remember seeing Unison pop, but you know the Unison just popped out. That's what startled you.
It probably wouldn't take me long to guess that the Fjord reemerged after I got hit by that bot. I'm curious why the Fjord took me out here, but how close is the Vanquisher?
It's about halfway. You're about at the halfway point between it and your ship.
Oh wait, I'm. Or would I put? Or would the Fjord have put went on?
What's that now?
Would the Fjord have put on a spacesuit? Am I suitless right now?
You didn't have time to take a spacesuit off when you got back on the ship.
Oh,
So that whole fight was in a spacesuit on the ship just because you hadn't had time to take it off.
That's true. Cool. In that case, how close is the Vanquisher right now? Is it within blasting range, or is it still catching up? But
if you took your movement to move towards it, you'd be closer to start shooting at it.
okay. I think over the comm I'll ask, what's the situation on board?
All right, all of y'all hear Ray's voice. What's going on the ship?
Hey, Ray, you feeling okay?
Yeah, I just the co-pilot took over for a little bit.
Got 2 more bots. Got at least 2 more bots. We got them on lockdown though.
Okay, that's good. I'll see what I can do about the Vanquisher, if anything. And yeah, I'll try to get within blasting range just to see if there's anything I can do against it.
All right.
Maybe find a nice exhaust port somewhere.
All right, so you spin your movement getting closer, and then you can take a shot at it.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and see what happens. I mean, of course, if I can't take on a bot in one blast, the odds would be doing anything. Well, let's just see what happens.
All right, so you're firing at 11. It would roll versus its handling to try to avoid. What did it say? All right, so that's a major success. You do how much damage?
8.
All right. Well, you're basically shooting as hard as a spaceship laser shoots, so. So yeah, the ship, you see the ship give a little shudder. You leave some damage on the hull. You don't blow like a hole through the hull or anything, but you leave a little damage on the hull.
Okay, well, maybe I'll go after targeting the engines next page.
You know that you'll be, you're more likely to poke, where if you're shooting a robot, you're likely to destroy the whole thing with a couple of blasts. With this one, you'd probably just be poking holes in the outside just because of how big it is.
Yeah, I'll see about maybe some target shooting page.
But that does mean that I need to put a ship in the combat order now. Do I have a ship token?
Vanquisher has joined the chat.
Let's see, in the spaceships. We'll roll his handling for its initiative. So it gets an initiative of 10. Alright, so that was Ray's turn. And then the Vanquisher goes. Specifically the patrol ship 314 or 314 Vanquisher. All right. Fortunately for you, Ray, it's not a very good shot. Probably because it's trying to shoot a person and it's designed to shoot other ships.
Is that 10 the shot?
Oh, yes, but it did roll a 10, so okay. Go ahead and give yourself a +2 on the avoidance, though, because of its sheer size. And...
Oh. It got me.
All right, so that's it. Is that with the +2 that I told you to add?
Yep.
Is that also with a +2 from your aerial combat?
Yeah, I've got the aerial combat baked into that roll.
All right, so it beat you by 2. So that is and its lasers do 8 damage.
Oof.
Oh.
Well, I'm down. Okay. Yeah, I'm barely hanging in there.
No, somewhere deep in Independence Ray's brain, or maybe his chest, wherever the spurity is, it's thinking, I just gave him control back, and look, he's already wrecked us again. Do give me an awareness roll, though.
Sure.
So you see the front guns that are shooting at you, and it's got others along the side that can't directly point at you at the moment. And their own turrets or whatever, and you realize them things are bigger than I am.
Is this your way of telling me to back up?
No, it's
or should I be targeting the? Oh yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, you could target the guns specifically because they are big enough targets. Also, though, if you basically flew up to the hull of the ship, it wouldn't be able to point its guns at you.
Oh sure.
They look like they're designed not to be able to point down at their own hull.
Okay.
Which reminds you that a lot of Navy ships are like that too.
Yeah. Now drawing closer.
So yeah, basically, I need to get closer or further away. Either one is acceptable. Either one is a viable strategy.
I guess you could fly right up to the engines and take them out, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do.
All right. Then it's the robots. The one knocked prone stands up, shoots back at Unison.
Oh no.
Oh yes, he got an 8 to hit.
11 to dodge.
All right. The other one, since Landshark just belly flopped in front of it, will shoot at Landshark.
Rude.
I'm gonna give him a +2 since Landshark's picking himself up. All right, so Landshark got a 5.
That's a massive success.
That is a massive success. So 6 points of damage to Landshark. Minus his body armor or damage resistance.
my Shark 9 invulnerability. But he can stun me and knock me out. Or
Yep.
Knock me
So
prone.
we roll for the slam first. So roll your strength. 9's the number to beat. You got a 10. That beat it.
Oh,
So you don't go flying anywhere, but let's see if he knocks you out. Ooh, max roll. 12's the number to beat.
I did not get a 12.
You got an 11, so you are stunned for 1 round.
These robots are rattling my brain.
Recluse.
Recluse is gonna jump up and throw a punch at both of them, spreading out my ulti attack.
Okay.
And I don't take a penalty for that, right?
That is correct. Yours is just, that's your power.
Yeah.
You get 2 attacks at your full rank, and then I think you could technically take a 3rd attack at like a +2 or something. +2 or +3. There was like a remainder.
There's the first one, and there's the second.
Sweet goodness. All right, so it's a 15. Let me roll his 4 prowess. He got a 5. And a 5. Versus your 15 and your 12. So that's 2 massive successes. The knockbacks and all that don't matter, because he can't take 2 punches from you. Oh, wait, no, this is each one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay, so the one that's already damaged is now gone. And the other one was undamaged, so he does actually survive. So we do need to roll those. So roll your strength.
Not a problem.
It was a massive, so for the slam and then for the stun.
There's for the slam and the stun.
All right, you got a 9 for the slam. He got an 11 to resist it. Then you got a 14 for the stun. He only got an 11 to resist it. So it's a major success. Which on a stun. Stunning. Major. Target stun for 1 panel per power level. The level of your strength is an 8, so he's stunned for 8 rounds. That's all.
I just blue screened him. Oof.
The weird thing is, though, he doesn't go flying back from that. It's one of those, like, you run up, you punch a guy in the face, he just stands there for a second like everything's fine. But then he just keeps just standing there. And it's like you can hear beeps and boops and stuff going on.
I think it broke something important in him.
Alright, then Land Shark is stunned. Then Omniglot's opponent, and then Omniglot. Omniglot comes with the radio. I think I finally locked him out of the system. And you hear somebody in the background. I think we locked him out of the system.
Was this a remote hack, or is someone on board doing it?
There's somebody on board. Somebody's in the galley, just using one of the crap. I'm blanking on the word now.
Terminals?
Terminals. Thank you. Somebody's in the galley using one of the terminals.
You can hack the ship using the thing I'm used to order coffee?
You shouldn't be able to because it doesn't have a full control set, but apparently being robots, they can just directly interact with the computer, in which case, yeah, it just plugs into the system.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Probably head there next.
All right. Alright, so it's going to take y'all just a couple of turns to get back up. Or no, not y'all don't have to get back up. Y'all just run through this doorway. Y'all come out down here. So yeah, I guess we can keep maintain the standard order. Unison, you're up.
I will go straight through those doors
Okay.
and straight into the galley. It's a pretty short distance.
Yeah, it is not bad. I'll go ahead and move your token down here.
Oop.
Oh, did we both try to move at the same time?
Roughly. So
Delete that one.
we'd cut through to here, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's the doorway you'd come through.
Yeah, so I just bust straight into the galley.
Oh, right. I forgot. I had failed to notice there was a galley door right there. And sure enough, over there where you'd put in the order for your food, it's there where it's got the gun arm, the other hand has extended up, and you see multiple wires coming out of like the fingers that seem to be kind of sinking directly into the console on the terminal.
Right, well, maybe I can shoot it and push it.
All right, give me a roll.
I think I might be able to push it. Alright, this is the push and the stun.
All right, so you did not push it, and you did not stun it.
Nope, just 6 damage flat.
Yeah, but you did damage it. And this does cause it to kind of turn and pull. It pulls its hand away, and it's like the, it looks almost like threads. I say wires, very thin wires or threads or something. That just sort of pull out of the console as it's pulling back. And then as it turns more towards you, they retract. They continue to retract into the finger. And you can see the terminal behind him is kind of blue screened. Probably where Omniglot finally managed to lock him out. The crew aren't doing anything, and then we're back to Ray out in space.
Okay, so I'm going to cleave tight onto the. I'll start skimming the hull
Okay.
and head towards the engines. And I would like to try to blast the engines out of commission, and I would like to power stunt that, spending a determination to jack up the damage by 1. So
Okay.
that's less
Now, are you wanting to do damage to the engines in hopes of taking them offline, or would you like to give the ship the condition, the quality engines offline?
Oh, let's do that. Yeah. So in that case,
I mean, you're rolling the same thing. You're going to be your coordination, because you're still basically trying to hit the things. But
yeah, the question is, do I want to devote my power stunting to increase the effort or the effect? Since I'm creating a quality, I imagine that the coordination total is what's most important. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes. The way putting qualities on stuff works, that's probably what you want to do every time. Yeah.
Okay.
Since there's not really a damage number for you to raise, I think you'd pretty much have to go for the +2.
Okay. I'll spend that determination point.
Okay.
Type up the roll plus roll.
All right, now.
6
Oh, there it is.
5 plus 3 plus 2.
All right, its handling and its structure are the same, so it doesn't matter which it had to roll. Oh, and it rolled a minimum. So I rolled a 1, plus it's 5.
Goodness. Oh, look at that.
Handling or structure. Probably structure in this case, but same number regardless. So it got a 6, you got a 14. So you beat it by, what, 8?
That's right.
Nice.
So I'm picturing this less as you running by and it's one blast, more like it's a strafing run
Yeah.
of multiple shots. One of the engines seems to go offline. A couple others is like it's kind of like a cluster of engines on the back. So one looks like it goes completely offline. The others is like you've warped them, so the thrust is off in like multiple directions. So you've got multiple thrusters pushing at slightly different angles.
Nice.
So it starts kind of listing in space a little bit.
Right on.
Now you just have to hope you can get back to your ship without it shooting you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Then it is the ship's turn. It's functionally immobile, and you're hugging on it. You're on its hull, so it can't even shoot at you this round. Then we get back to our last robot. It is turned. It's facing Unison. The gun arm comes up. It takes a shot as it runs out of the room.
Oh, come on, I can fly.
He hasn't seen you, or it hasn't seen you fly. Well, unless you flew into the room. I guess it saw you then. Anyway, it takes a shot at you, so
12 to dodge.
you got a 7, and you dodge easily. And then it's out the door. And running to the boarding pod that it entered the ship with. And then it's Recluse's turn.
I'm gonna chase after the damn thing.
All right,
Well, no, it's getting its boarding pod. I'm going to web up the area where the boarding pod is.
That's fair. All right, so you go running in there, and let's see, you can get I'd say you get over here where you can see that, because that's about as far as Taylor got to. And even before, it's running in there, but you can hear there's air hissing out of it now. Where Ray blew it open. Though not as much as if it had that. It's not like the entire opening into the pod is open, but
Yeah.
But that does bring up the question: is webbing airtight?
So this is basically just a little storage area, right?
Which one? Where?
This area right here.
It's like a hangar. You can bring stuff on and off the ship. You've got 2 of the hangars. The other hangars where you've actually got your little shuttlecraft.
Okay. But yeah, I'm just going to be spraying that entire area with as much webbing as I can.
Oh no. That is what that is. But this one over here, where I'm pinging,
Oh, I see it.
on the middle of the ship, that's the one the guy escaped through because he was in the galley here.
Oh, okay.
And that is where Unison ran to. Basically, the southern part of that map is right here at this doorway. Right where y'all were fighting at previously. That's, like I said, the maps had to be chopped up to fit on the poster.
Yeah, you're fine. I understand. Yeah, I'm going to layer that entire area with webbing. Like, how does a boarding pod look like sticking into the ship? Like, are there fins spread out, latching onto the interior wall, or is it just
It's like the point. It's like the point of the boarding craft is almost bullet shaped, with the point being a little more conical than a bullet maybe, and it's like it punctured through and then that end opens up. You know, it's like 4 pieces separate, so it kind of opens up, and that holds it in place. And then it's just kind of the tube inside. But you can also see some foam that popped up out of it. So it punctures, it splays open to hold itself in place, and then it seals itself because it's, you know, if you just wanted to kill everything, you know, you could just blow the ship up.
Yeah.
And it was fine. Ray getting back inside had to blow the hatch on the outside. So it's like something on the other end of the pod is leaking.
So, did the robot just jump out into space?
As far as he managed to get is he just ran up into the pod.
Okay.
So he's out of sight. You can basically hear his metal feet running on the inside of the pod. So yeah, you don't know if he plans to take the ship or just jump out into space. He's a robot. He can handle space.
Yeah.
He may just be looking for pickup. But anyway, so you start webbing all this shit.
Yep.
All right. So that's really the end of combat, because he will have jumped out into space by the time, Landshark, by the time you can get to him.
Right. Because this turn, I think I'm still.
Oh, I think you are. I think you're right. I think you are stunned this round. So that about wraps it up for y'all on the inside. Ray, you are either standing on the hull of the enemy ship or floating right above it, looking with satisfaction at the damage you've done to their engine array. Now what would you like to do?
Head back to the ship with all haste.
Okay.
With evasive maneuvering. So, which I think is an action, isn't it? Isn't evasive action?
I believe there may be an evasive action. I mean, if you wanna, you know, if you just want to do that. Let's see.
Yeah, I just want to. Oh, wait, evading's for paralysis attacks. I meant dodge. No, wait, that's not right. No, it is.
Yeah, dodge is for coordination. Evasion is against prowess. I thought there was something for like going fully defensive, but maybe I'm confusing it with the other 15 games I play.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, there's a defending action, but I don't think that's really what I'm doing because I'm really just trying to get to the ship.
Well, defending works because movement isn't considered an action.
Oh, that's right.
So it's like you're not shooting at the ship anymore. You're just concentrating on not getting shot.
Yep.
So you doing that means you'll have a +2 on any rolls you have to make to avoid being shot.
Oh, well, that's exactly what I'm doing.
It is. The ship is going to take a shot at you.
Sure.
That is a 6 to hit you.
Okay, I feel good about that.
Oh yeah.
So that's an 11. Yes, you get away without any trouble at all. Now let's see. You were halfway. Then you move to shoot. Give me 2 more rolls, just for the amount of distance you've got to cover. They'll get 2 more shots on you.
Oh, sure.
You know, we'll just assume you're defending the whole way if that's what you want.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to add my. Oh, yeah. This roll isn't. Hang on. I forgot to add my defense bonus.
So that'd be a 13 for that first roll then. Oh no, wait, that's the one. Never mind, that's the one you rolled to.
Okay, so it's +9.
All right, that beat the first shot, and then the second one you need a 6.
All right.
Yeah, so you're just zipping, diving. You do pass the robot.
I'll leave it be.
It's not moving very fast. It appears to be using its blaster to give it a little bit of propulsion, but it's basically just sort of drifting away. But in a controlled fashion.
Okay.
You know, it's not so much flying back the ship as it is keeping itself in the path of the ship, you know, probably for pickup.
I just want to point out that it was my dramatic belly flop that scared off the robot, I'm sure.
I'm just picturing Landshark coming out of his daze, looking around, all the robots are trashed. Clearly, I went into a berserker rage and wrecked everybody.
Sharks are known for that.
Sharks are renowned berserkers. Alright, so Ray, you get back to the ship. You step back into the boarding pod, but you see the actual hole it's poked in the ship is now covered over in webs.
Oh, okay. Well,
But you know where the regular docking areas are. You can get in through one of the normal doors.
that's true. Although I might want to focus on just blasting the boarding pod off of the hull, like removing a tick.
Would Ray want to do that, or would Ray want to consult with the engineers first?
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Let me just focus on getting back on the ship. We haven't actually officially gotten away yet.
Right. Alright, so y'all check on the rest of the crew. Everybody's okay. Only the one guy wasn't properly hunkered down and locked in somewhere. Basically, he was trying to finish up the job he was working on. It wasn't an important enough a job that he should have been worried about it. He just figured he had some time. I mean, superheroes will handle it. Lesson learned. When y'all get back to the bridge, Ray, you take off your spacesuit this time. And you notice numerous energy blasts that punctured the suit. But the suits are self-sealing to a certain degree, Small holes the suits can fix themselves.
What about our patient that was in the medical bay?
The robots never got to her.
Never got to her.
We need the bridge. Omniglot is still rattling off orders to the IT guys. Basically, she's wanting them to go, her and them, to go through every line of code in this thing's system to make sure that their visitors didn't leave them anything. She's pretty sure they were mostly trying to take information. Mm-hmm. But better safe than sorry. The head of engineering, who I gave him a name. What was his name? Was he Leonard Hendricks?
Hendricks definitely sounds familiar.
It's a very normal Earth name. Y'all haven't run into a lot of those out here, so. So I doubt that was some stranger y'all met traveling. So Hendricks, who's head of engineering. He has his guys running around examining the boarding pods. They kind of temporarily seal everything up. He tells you they can take the pods apart in travel, but it would be safer and easier and quicker if we could dock somewhere. If you could find a friendly spaceport or a friendly planet.
Hard to come across.
We haven't found one yet.
Given the maps we have been given,
The last guys were friendly.
Are there any space stations or I don't want to say M-class planets, not planets that aren't made of sulfuric acid nearby that we could land on?
You start looking around. There's a single system coming up ahead. A single system. I mean, it's the government there has never expanded outside of its system.
Mm-hmm.
They are just not very expansionist. They seem to be quite self-sufficient. They don't even do a whole lot of trading other than just for oddities.
Well,
like-
we have one oddity to trade for.
Which one of us would you like to study? We have a ship full of oddities.
I'm all for getting my feet on land.
Mm. Turns out it's an ocean world.
That would be great.
Why?
Nobody
Why?
Nobody tells Land Shark. Y'all just land at the spaceport in the middle of the floating city.
It's not water out there, it's just the chemical composition of the atmosphere here makes the clouds look a little weird. Don't worry about it.
Why do the clouds have a tide? Well, you know.
They're storm clouds.
No, what you need to do is find a planet with about an ocean that's only about 3 feet deep. And then take Land Shark out in the middle of it and just drop him.
Exposure therapy.
Exposure therapy.
Right.
Babies can drown in a foot of water.
I mean,
But yeah, let's buzz by there, see if they're friendly to people, stopping by for a long afternoon.
Okay. So it's a couple of days away, but you'd already set in an altered course to kind of swing wide around the communal empires. Since apparently they're very particular about their border. And then let me totally not go to planet name generator. Hopefully it'll give me one I can pronounce at some point. Ayama. Ayama. It's the name of the system anyway. You approach about the time you're reaching the Orc cloud around the system. You get a communication. Asking what your business is. Everybody on the bridge turns and looks at Ray.
yes, we're just looking for docking space. We have internal repairs to take care of. That is our primary interest.
Would these internal repairs have anything to do with the boarding crafts sticking out of the outside of your ship?
That is affirmative.
Maybe.
Yes, I believe we can probably find you some space where you can do your repairs. And they direct you to one of the space stations that kind of at the outer edge of the system. It seems to be kind of a mining hub. from people that are mining, the larger bodies in the Oort cloud. It's full of small rocky bodies and a few larger things that are, Pluto-sized, this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of resources out there. But, it's a pretty busy little station. Your ship is not large at all compared to some of the resource haulers that they've got, Some of them things almost look like trains in space. You got propulsion at the front and back, and then it's just cargo containers essentially running between them. But where you would expect a mining town to look a little rough and run down, everything here looks pretty new and easy and well kept. The species is about 4.5 feet tall. So the living quarters that you're given, involve a little hunching a little bit. I figure land shark's probably the tallest of you. You keep hitting your fin on the ceilings.
Yeah, he'd definitely be the tallest of the fin.
Now out in the walkways, it's fine because you have multiple layers. Think the promenade from Deep Space Nine, where you have multiple layers, so you've got a lot of open space there in the middle. They offer you the bare necessity. Hey, if you need to top off your water, if you need to top off some food, they offer that without expecting anything back. But mostly the engineering crew just wanted a dry dock. They might need to borrow some equipment. So you can bargain. What would y'all have on board that might be an interesting enough oddity that these people would look at it as something worth trading for, just for the uniqueness of it?
We've got messed up military robots and a boarding pod.
They are familiar with the communal empires. That's nothing new.
Reclusive could offer like his manual labor services. Like, I'm probably physically stronger than some of the mining machines they have in operation.
And as you all are discussing this, we are in fact in the Oort cloud, are we not?
Yes. This station is in the Oort cloud.
Land Shark's been going through sensory deprivation because we've been in space for months and not on a planet. He hasn't touched Earth. So he's going to be playing around with asteroids. If there's a window, making asteroid sharks.
Wait a minute.
Can you go into space?
Can't you just do the mining for them for whatever material they're trying to mine?
Oh my god.
What?
Like the opportunity for
Can't
Bruce
you
to
just
cut loose.
use your ability and mine faster than the robots?
Probably.
Are you willing to give it a shot?
I don't see why not.
If there's a hard to reach material for them?
I'm just having fun,
We'll try not to trade you away for life by accident.
Well, these are, like I said, 4 foot tall, more or less humanoid body shape, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes.
Like, what are they looking for?
That depends on somewhat on what company's involved or what they're needing at the time. Lots of iron, lots of any fusionable materials or useful power generation. Any metals?
If according to Great Power, I ought to be able to move a small asteroid or maybe a big one, and I can't do metal, but I can do minerals. So like gold.
Gold's a metal.
Since it's a mineral, I would be able to shape. I don't think I could do anything with iron. I could bring iron closer.
Well, when they find out what, assuming y'all, show them what, I'm this strong and he can do this. What they wind up wanting to do with Land Shark, because according to the engineers, y'all need 2-3 days to do this. Nothing too long, but they want Land Shark's help hollowing out one of these bodies. Essentially an asteroid a couple miles across. Hollowing out a portion of it. So, they take you to this asteroid, they just want you to make it kind of spit its insides out, like a sea cucumber. Once the chunks of stuff are floating around in space, they'll sort through for anything they need. But basically, they're going to put they're planning to put a habitat in one of them. And they're like, yeah, if he can do that, in a couple of days, that'll save us all kinds of time. And that'll be well worth whatever, y'all need for repairing your ship.
You'll have fun doing it.
They have no idea what this hi-ho song you keep singing as you're working is, but... and Recluse, they'll put you to work, There's always something that, we need to move something. It's a little hard to get the equipment in there for space. They seem to be creeped out by you a little bit. On par with how most humans are.
Yeah.
You don't know if you resemble creepy crawlies on their world, as well.
Or do I just move wrong?
Yeah, you're not really sure. The ones that work with you on a daily basis are a lot more comfortable with you, at the end of the 3 days.
And I will lecture these aliens all about sharks, by the way. But, obviously Land Shark's idea of a shark, whatever it is at the moment.
It sounds like it's lucky for the rest of your species that they don't come out of the water. Other than you.
I'm gonna ask these miners, this confederacy or confederation,
Communal Empires.
Communal Empire.
The Stra'lit
Do
Communal
they know
Empires.
if they have any model of robot that is capable of absorbing and redirecting energy in an offensive manner?
They have that sort of energy redirection tech. Could you put it in a robot? Probably. Like if you kind of tell them what went down,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, the Vanquisher sounds like a typical patrol craft. So it probably didn't have that in there. Any of their ships that use their stealth technologies would have it, because redirecting energy being something very useful for keeping things stealthy when you're in space.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you tell them about what you found out? Oh, yeah.
Regarding launch or regarding the crew?
Red alert off there. Well, I mean about what y'all because let's see, what all was it that Omniglot had told you that she had deciphered? That they'd sent a probe to Earth, lost contact with it.
Mm-hmm. Already knew English. Were really bad at bullshitting.
He's like, yeah, they're pretty arrogant. So they'll put minimal effort into trying to fool somebody and just expect them to fall for it. These guys do not have a high opinion of them. But their system is very well defended, so.
I let him know, like, I think I'm friends with the quote-unquote probe they sent. And then I just pull out my phone, Recluse pulls out his phone and pulls up one of the videos he has saved of one of Launch's country western concerts that she's doing now, according to Anna, and just plays it for him. It's, well, that's what she's doing nowadays.
We've never heard that style of music. And their probes would probably have been an entire ship. You know, maybe a small one, but... I mean, the AI from the ship could always be running something remotely, I guess, but... Or even have downloaded itself into a robot. They wouldn't have sent it there to learn your pop culture, though.
I'll ask her about it when we get home.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, though if that's one of their robots, though, the AI did a very good job of making it look like, you know, one of your species.
Yeah, until she tries to hack a computer, then it gets kind of weird.
Yeah, if they'd sent her there, if they sent a probe there, the probe would be probing your defenses. You know, trying to find out about the native peoples, you know, anything that could be dangerous to an invading force. You seem to have a lot of remarkably powered individuals amongst your people. Undoubtedly, they'd be studying that. This friend of yours, does she ever show an inordinate interest in powered individuals?
Yeah, we teamed up a lot. Fought some crime, saved the planet from mind controlling billionaire once. It was fun. And she just sort of hung it up.
Yes, you might want to make inquiries and see.
Yeah.
If they've lost contact, though, that means she hasn't been trying to contact them.
I'm gonna pass this on to Unison whenever we get a chance and in private.
I'm just gonna go tell the most paranoid member of the team so he can start spying on our former member. So yeah, y'all spend 3 days. You know, Recluse and Landshark spend a lot of it working. Nothing too backbreaking for either one of you, you know. I mean, it's picking up heavy stuff, but it's not like you're doing that all day. It's, you know, it's just oddball little things that'll pop up while you're there. That are like, hey, you know, it'd be quicker to have this guy walk in and do it than try to finagle the machines in there.
Well, we're both really strong, so it's not.
Yeah. Well, they're much more. Your strength is impressive. They're much more interested in that ability to manipulate raw material. Like I said, you spend that 3 days hollowing out that, you know, 2-mile long asteroid. Basically, they're going to put a cylinder habitat in there that spins for gravity. And
I will leave a few shark-shaped asteroids and a shark statue on the asteroid they're building on.
They're fine with that. It will be a memorial to the, you know, to the visitors that made this station possible. And these incredibly evolved animals called sharks that, you know, that clearly dominate, you know, the oceans, and the land animals are only safe. Humanity could only evolve because sharks were not running around on the surface.
So highly evolved that they haven't needed to evolve for millions of years.
You can't improve on perfection.
The rest of you are not sure how serious they take Landshark. There's just enough of a cultural divide there that you're like, they may be believing every word he says, word for word. Or they may have just figured out this is his favorite animal, so he really talks it up. You're really not sure. But in those 3 days, your engineering crew, they get the boarding pods off. They basically take them apart into, where basically easily stored components. Them and the robots there working on reverse engineering and trying to get anything useful out of them they can. Verifying that there's nothing dangerous, there's nothing where they're suddenly going to self-destruct or anything.
No bombs, no tracers.
Right.
Does Omega have a chance to go through the ship's code?
Yes. Her and the IT guys go through that. The Ayama are, because they're relatively speaking close to the communal empires. So they know a little bit about, their attempts at spying and, kind of how they program their stuff. So they offer some assistance. And y'all have gone through the system, and they didn't leave anything. They didn't leave like any viruses to like try to take over the ship or anything. They were mostly just trying to extract information. And you figure out they got your medical logs. They did download your medical logs. But her and the crew kept them out of the rest of it. And they did try to leave a back door where they could get in more easily next time. But all the computer folks managed to find that and remove that. And she gets some tips from your hosts to on beefing up kind of just beefing up the computer security kind of period.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing's going to be perfect, especially if they're on your ship trying to access your system. But 3 days later, y'all leave from Ayama. Kind of rested. I mean, 2 of you were working and all, but still, it was off the ship and you were doing stuff, and nothing was blowing up, and no one was trying to kill you. The people that seemed so nice didn't try to take you apart on the molecular level. They were just actually nice. They helped you, you helped them. Y'all waved goodbye, and you basically leave through the other side of their but you basically flew through their entire system on your way out. Just to give you that much extra little space between you and the communal empires. Because while you were there, they did detect a small stealth craft kind of buzz the outer edge of the system. Though that is not anything particularly unusual. The Empire sends those little crafts out every now and then. Kind of like how Russia and the U.S. back in the Cold War would, have their fighters go up just kind of right to the edge of their border and cut back and forth. But this is one more place. Well, not the communal empires, I should say. Is one more government or person out here in space that has an inordinate interest in you. You seem to be leaving a lot of those behind you.
I'm sure it's fine.
Some of them, like the
I'm not
hosts.
surprised that they find us interesting.
Someday Land Shark's going to realize he's doomed the species by letting the rest of the galaxy know how awesome sharks are. So now everybody's going to be showing up on Earth.
Everyone's got shark gills and shark envy.
But I think that wraps us up for today. I hope y'all had fun. I enjoyed it. Hopefully we can do this again in 2 weeks. And I was impressed. Technical issues were at a minimum.
Yeah.
They were.
Maybe I did reboot my modem here ahead of time. Maybe that was the trick. Who knows?
Maybe it helped. you know, we might lose audio just, you know, for a second or two there, here or there, but it was not bad at all. Anyway, I hope anybody that came by and watched, or anybody that comes by and watches later, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you join us again. We should be doing this in 2 weeks. I don't think there's any... Let's see, this is the 23rd, so the next game should be the 7th. Yeah, no holidays or anything.
Yeah, I'll be available.
So we should see y'all then.
Calendar.
So anyway, again, I was your GM for the day, Jason. And with me was Zach playing Recluse.
Thank you for joining us.
Mike playing Independence Ray.
Remember to hug a shark today.
Taylor playing Unison.
See ya.
And Curtis playing Land Shark.
Don't poop the snoot. Laters.
And the Nerd Network does not recommend hugging sharks. We do not recommend that at all. We will see y'all next time.